Hey guys, Tarek here bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Dreux Scout. Play today spawning on the left, we have baechi playing as Soviets. Straight away locking into Airborne troops. DevM playing as Soviets also, who has Armoured Assault, Lease, and Soviet Industry. Next offense them on the right, we have borobadger as OKW. Straight away locking into Luftwaffe ground forces. And Farlion as Ostheer, straight away going for Jaeger Armour. In terms of rankings here, range teams both sides. Allies are around rank 40, Axis around rank 70, or high 60s technically. Been quite a while since I've cast a game on Dreux Scout, it seems. I feel like I've only cast maybe like 3 games on this map in total. I don't know if it's very popular when it comes to vetoes or what's going on. But interesting that, you know, so few games seem to be submitted to me from it. Combat engineers do have an option here to jump away from the machine gun between these machine gun bursts. Should be able to make it out of there before getting suppressed. Choosing to stall out though. Empire is getting focused down first, and I think DevM has enough there to win the engagement, especially with this extra squad coming in now. Slightly close call, that one potentially could have gone down. And baechi getting aggressive, coming across onto this cutoff, going to be cutting off the munitions. Leaving there with some defences, and we've got a couple of grenadiers coming in from the bottom. But that wire on that piece of cover really working out nicely here, shutting down this aggression. This otherwise would be a much stronger position for the Allies, much harder to dislodge. So that seems to be very important from this spawn. A lot of conscripts coming over to this side of the building. No windows on this side. Grenadiers quick to jump out. MG42 getting bullied by the conscripts at the moment. Just briefly thinking about setting up there. Continuing on its path backwards. With the flamethrower in the mix now from DevM as well. 4 conscripts from him. baechi going for early tier 2 here. Maybe looking to get some team weapons cooking. As well as medics. Both these players do have dishkers available in their commanders though. It's very interesting to see what they choose to go for. Usually if you are going for, you know, tier 2 this early on, it would be for that dishka. Or maybe it'll be for a mortar. Deal with that MG42. And Axis, ultimately, you know, there's some good aggression from the Allies, but couldn't keep it up for too long. Cheeky bit of wire there down from baechi. Somehow got a little bit of heavy cover back there as well. Flanked by the Pios, but Allies definitely have had superior territory control up until this point. Borobadger also going for slightly lower number of starting troops. One set of med crates down in spite of going for battle group. Had to get that healing going. And here comes the combat engineer. Squads jump out of cover. Looks like DevM not going to disengage. I mean, not going to engage. Combat engineers though a little bit isolated. We've got a few troops coming forwards. In the meantime, combat engineers take a good chunk of damage. Can merge into them, but they'll still be quite low in health even after the merge. Hoorah! Clears the machine gun. Oh, we've got 2 models standing in his arc. Could potentially get suppressed still. But they do manage to blast it down quickly enough. Grenadiers, though, disengaging here. Maybe could have kept the pressure since that conscript squad was suppressed. Meanwhile, up in the north, looks like the combat engineer did pretty good damage. And, you know, it's ultimately like a 5v3 up there. Or 5v4. So, superior numbers winning out. Borobadger going for the fast flak half track. Is something to be aware of. Sometimes by going for that extra squad, you can run into a bit of a manpower bind with that fast flak half track, so it's going to hit at a pretty strong timing here. Dropping in the air-dropped SVTs now. Tier 3 down for baechi. DevM getting his tech going now. And airdropping some crates over for DevM as well. So it looks like we're going to have a whole bunch of SVT conscripts for both players. Do cost more munitions these days than they used to though. Oh boy, that's a nasty retreat path for these Grenadiers. 222. Oh, doesn't really assist. And the Grenadiers go down. Well, 222 might have just stayed in there to at least like pepper the squads, maybe knock out one or two models, try and drop the DPS on that Grenadier squad, but hung them out to dry. Maybe was relying on the machine gun to get some suppression going, but didn't manage to. That's a big loss. That was the only LNG squad for Farlion going down there. Moment though, the Axis do have some pretty good territory control, making a bit of a push in the north. Just briefly lose control of their cutoff again though. And that's a very, very fast T-70. 7 minutes 30 on the field. That has got to be very scary for the Axis team. Be careful though, could take a Faust here. Must be very, very close to it. Good control from baechi. FT conscripts taking a blasting there. Okay, T-70 getting in here. Going for the flak half track, a little bit isolated. No snaring squads nearby. Do have the Rakit in there. Flak half track sets up. Backs away behind the fence before the Rakit can get in for another hit. Tries to go for an attack round down this angle. Does not work out. 222 coming in for the extra bit of damage. Maybe going to add up to the 400. Needed that second Rakit shot to land. Either way, good defenses there from the Axis, scrambling to deal with that T-70 rotation. baechi with quite a lot of manpower floating at the moment. Briefly started a second combat engineer. Could still be a reasonable choice. DevM meanwhile going straight tier 4 here, so no T-70 from him. Only got one set of weapon crates here dropped in. But, you know, that's... With the merge, you can constantly merge into the SVT conscripts, keep them on the front line. And get a lot of value out of one set of weapon crates. And Soviets. Part of what makes them so strong. Oh, there we go. Tripwire going off quite late. I think Borobadger decided to retreat when he did, otherwise that could have been a wipe. T-70 back through the center now. So it's an interesting idea here from the Allies. They don't have like a huge amount of late game, they don't have marked vehicle in their commander. No ISU 152 or anything like that. We're going for a more early to mid focused strategy here. Okay, now a mortar from Baechi. It's been through some of that manpower flow as well as the second combat engineer. Ooh. T70 got very low there. Has been very limited in its effectiveness. You can see 0 kills. Has done a good amount of health damage, but mainly to vehicles. So struggling to find the place for the T70 so far this game. Axis, I feel, have been pretty good about their infantry positioning though. Haven't really left squads exposed for that T70 to get free hits on it. They are 4th Grenadier here, very late for Farlion, as well as the second machine gun's been out for a while. Borobadger meanwhile going for a double Jaeger. Dropping in the second squad there. Maybe they lost a model coming down. Allies meanwhile losing control of their fuel at a very dangerous timing. DevM trying to rush out that medium tank. It's like 20 or so fuel away from it. So it's tough timing to lose control of your fuel. You know, you're kind of hinging your strategy on that working out. Oh boy, slightly late retreat there from DevM, and down go the combat engineer flamers. Might have been a good idea for those conscripts to throw a Molotov, honestly. Ouch. Does he have anti-tank grenades? I assume so. No. Oh, wow. Okay, that's why he didn't throw one. So, yeah, everything at the moment hinging on DevM getting that going. This backed into a bit of a corner here. Jaeger and Hopper shoot. Dishka can't really cover all these angles. Squad in the center could push through, do a bit more damage. Concussive grenade maybe? No, bundle grenade, and there goes the Dishka. That was a nasty one. One side of the building, flak half track backing this up, but quick to pull away. And a steal on that with the Sternpire models. Oh boy, 222 in some troubles. This gonna be in range for another hit. And it connects. But, you know, 222. Probably rather have a Dishka. Ooh. T-gun hanging on by a thread. Here comes the pack though. Seemingly getting a couple more kills now. Should be have a little bit more wiggle room with that 222 gone. Quick look at the KD here. Ooh, baechi has really been suffering in that department. Same story for DevM, not quite so bad. Over with the T70. But yeah, usually that's where the T70 will kind of get you back in the game in terms of model drops. In this case, starting to get some now, but got off to a very slow start. Interesting to see here, guards with the PPSH upgrade. Don't see that too often. Coming in on the flank. T70 coming in from a nice angle. But the pack was close by. Some Molotov out there though. A couple models down. A bit of health damage on those other Grenadiers too. Okay, Farlion going straight tier 4 here. Is it going to be Brumbier first? There's a very strong infantry base at the moment, though. Not really struggling too much in that department against Baechi, so we'll have to wait and see. Baechi, meanwhile, no tier 4 down quite yet. Okay, here is the 76mm Sherman, the M4C, in the north. Oh, decides not to chase in, looking for the Dishka D crew. Playing it safe there, heading up to the north now instead, where the Sturmpires are. Do not have the Panzerschreck, so they're going to be forced away quite quickly. Do have the Schwer back here, though. Does somewhat cover their retreat path. DevM making a bit of an advance with the infantry as well. Is this pushing in? Flak half track is full health, so can afford to take one shot from the Zis. And does. Now can't really assist. So the conscripts have managed to get a little bit of cover there. The wire was a tiny bit too close to the wall. Conscripts closing the distance on the Jaeger. They've got the second set of FG-42s equipped now, so it's putting out some pretty nasty damage. That doesn't go terribly well for the conscripts. Jaeger hitting vet there as well. Grenade out. No dodge from the conscripts. And the pack not too far behind that. Just those grenadiers not dropping any models. Must be very irritating for Baechi. Very little manpower bleed. Trying to get a line on the Sherman. Borobadger very close to a tank now. And this sandbag on the fuel point. Oh boy. Oops. On the wrong side of it there. Has given the Axis a lot of value. Used that to harass multiple times. Oh, T-70 diving in here. Raketen was quite exposed. Oh, doesn't quite finish the job though. Very, very close call. Good attempt from Baechi. Assault guards now from DevM. But he did field them quite late. They're going to struggle, you know, already up against Vet 2 Jaeger. It's going to be quite painful, quite expensive in terms of manpower losses to close that gap. This barrage clears out the stolen Dishka. And that is a full retreat. Doesn't want to risk losing those Jaeger. There's just too many conscripts. Sherman coming forwards. Do have the conscript repairs potentially available for DevM. He wants to use them here. Could be an idea while he's capping those conscripts on the VP. Second M4C Sherman for DevM in production. Borobadger going with the Panzer IV, but outnumbered 2-on-1 can be very tough for the Panzer IV. It's already like a decent matchup for the M4C Sherman. So Borobadger going to have to be very, very conservative with the Raketen positioning going forwards. Against the double M4C Shermans. Can't afford for that to get decrewed. Nice bit of smoke out there from DevM. Does have a lot of munitions spare at the moment. Oh, that was a nasty hit. Those two models were actually quite healthy from the Sturmpires. That's a heartbreaker for Borobadger. Right as he gets his tank out, he no longer has repairs and he's very strapped for manpower. Can happen when going for two Jaeger like this sometimes. Ooh, maybe looking for the return kill. The Panzer IV getting a big hit. STG squad's chasing in. This is there, but packed it up. Oh, connects. Double M4C, whoops, bad camera works, swarming in. See missing. And a little bit of AoE damage. Poor connections. Overall, that could have been a kill on the Panzer IV. Doesn't end up going that way. A bit of support play there from baechi coming in. Looking for the opportunities with that. Second pack out now from Farlion to support the Brumbier. And here they come. S-85 though with the focus sight running. You can see them coming. A bit of damage onto the T-70 though. T-70 right on the edge of the range. baechi needs to move a tiny bit. Looks like the pack's lost sight. Oh boy. Just an attack round there that could have been lights out. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is gonna give me a panic attack. Oh man. One more attack round and that still could have... That's the crater from the last attack round. Still could have got the job done. Wow. Taking a look at VPs. 50 VP lead for the Axis at this stage. And that probably bodes well for them this game since, you know, they have the Elephant available, the spotting scopes, Airborne assault, Valiant assault, some pretty powerful late game abilities. Rocket Run is also very strong, but yeah, no marked vehicle, no guards with button or anything like that. Could make things a bit difficult. Got some Farlion Jaeger here waiting in camouflage. These ones revealed. And they got revealed, so good point blank grenade. So they don't get to utilize the ambush bonus. Big grenade onto these conscripts. Lucky they were full health, otherwise it would have gone down to that. See Sherman on the move. P4 maybe think about coming in on it. Hold off for the moment, just repositioning, connecting once. Kitten setting up on the second Sherman. Smoke out on that from DevM. He's quick on the smoke, but the Zis exposed to the infantry through the center. We got a recon plane up for the Axis as well. Oh, the Zis recruit does manage to get one extra shot off. Second Sherman coming down from the north. And that's enough to stop the Panzer IV from diving in. Squad salvages the Zis though. So it ends up being a pretty good push from the Axis, decrewing the Zis, doing a lot of damage to the double Sherman. Oh boy, and I didn't even notice what was coming down the bottom. It's like a destroyed Zis down there, and the Su-85 goes down. Ouch. So yeah, that ends up being horrible for the Allies. Looks like they did pick off a Grenadier though to a mine down there, so that's something. Farlion with the upgrades to the Pioneers now, the support package.
An Elephant tank destroyer is ready to be deployed. An Elephant tank destroyer is ready to be deployed.
Here comes the Brumbier. Rebuild on the Su-85 from baechi. Katyusha next from DevM. Definitely need the Katyusha. Look at how many units there are clumped up in the center. Driving in point blank on the machine gun, tries to use the incendiary rounds. It was a very close call for the T-70. Rebuilt Grenadiers there, getting bullied away by the Vet 3 conscripts. Oh, and there's a nasty blob from borobadger, making a bit of a push. Tough for DevM to repel. Here comes the Katyusha though. Ooh, ooh. Oh boy. Oh, and he retreats back into it. Squad down, 2 squads down. That was one of the nastiest Katyusha barrages I've seen this year. 8 kills. 2 squad wipes, I believe. Speaking of wipes, Dishka decrewed down here. Rumbia hiding behind the building at the moment. It's the recrew. Packs coming in. No Faust. S-35 just left here for the moment. Here come the double packs. They're advancing. Baechi having to pull back. Oh, but the conscripts are on top of one of the packs. One more shot and they will get decrewed. Just need one more bullet hanging on by a thread. Oh, but the other pack, Farlion getting a little bit over eager with the double anti-tank guns, trying to chase down baechi. And nearly, does lose both of them. The conscripts around in the corner, finish the job. Steal on the pack from baechi over there. Getting the one that's in the safer position. If they could destroy the other one that's been decrewed, that would be nice as well. S-35 keeping that Brumbier away from these conscripts. Pioneers trying to do their best. They're massively outmatched. Nice attack ground action from baechi. Oof, borobadger got punished so hard for that blob. You'll love to see it. Oh wow, what happened to the Katyusha? Did I miss a Panzer IV dive or something? Oh man, Panzer IV does have one vehicle killed. And that has to be it, right? I don't think DevM's made any other vehicles that could have died to it. Well, there you go. It's like, oh, it must be about ready to fire again. No, it's dead. Trying to go for the steel and the rocket, and a little bit suppressed at the moment on these conscripts. Panther diving in, takes an anti-tank grenade. And there's a lot of anti-tank right there, pointing in its direction. Panzer IV coming in, acting as a bit of a diversion. Now that's one shot from death. But the M4C Schumann bounces the killing blow. And the diversion actually ends up working out. S-35 couldn't get around the corner here. And there we go, bunker busting barrage. This destroyed. Conscripts trying to get the anti-tank grenade off, unsuccessful, but they do manage to decrew yet another pack. They're getting shredded though. Those LMG Grenadiers hitting hard. Grenadiers trying to make a dash for the pack, but taking too much damage from the T-70. Now threatening the Faust. Good control of the T-70 though from baechi, doesn't allow that to happen. And the S-35 in the center. Getting some good damage done. Recrew on the Zis from DevM. A little bit low on infantry now. Looks like he lost one of the conscript squads. Pack's still down here though. Would be nice if that got destroyed. Do have the double Zis or double anti-tank guns. I suppose one of them's a pack. Right there. There we go. They're coming in for the kill on that. There it is. Working the way across. But the anti-tank guns don't miss. So no opportunity there for Farlion. Is that 3?
Rocket vehicle has arrived.
3 packs. No, only 2 produced. So that one of those was the one in the center. Looks like Farlion did manage to jump back on top of that before losing it again. I'm playing up for Farlion. Do have a couple Shermans with their pintles. Trying to shoot those down, and DevM just stacking up the medium tanks. Ooh, that was a nasty Werfer strike. Kind of, it was laser guided on that conscript squad. Taking out 5 models here, then 1 model as they were retreating. That was nasty. And that's straight vet 1, 10 kills with that Werfer strike. Ouch. But yeah, no elephant this match. Farlion not hanging around for that, going for the Panther instead. Oh, baechi forgetting about the Airborne guards in the north there, and they go down. Ouch. Curious to see how these M4Cs go. I mean, they are a very strong option in 1v1. They can struggle a bit more in 2v2. Here we go. Axis tanks pushing in through the north. But the planes coming in as well. Panzer IV goes down, but so is the Su-85. Got a Panther coming in from the side. These planes were pulled in very deep in Allied territory, so even though the anti-tank portion comes in quite late, tanks stayed in the area for a long time, and there we go. 1 M4C goes down, Panther diving in. Going after maybe one of the other ones. They've cleared the plane danger zone, but the Raketen inching forwards. M4C spit out a nasty amount of damage, and the Panther goes down. We do have a pretty good rate of fire on them, but the Raketen's still there. Oh, and the Sherman revealing herself in the fog, shooting at the planes. Also goes down. baechi trying to come in, trying to salvage this, looking for the Raketen D crew. Panther out the back, too low, doesn't really want to come in with it. Dishka sitting up. Off the armor piercing rounds. Do remember on the Dishka, they don't boost your damage at all against infantry. Strictly a penetration bonus on the Dishka. G42 does go down, but that was a devastating push. Su-85, 2 M4C Shermans going down. I suppose a Panzer IV and a Panther going down for Borobadger as well, though. But, the Allies did come out worse for wear. Ooh, lucky break for the flak. And no attack ground from DevM. Very slow on the smoke though from Borobadger. That was a nasty push. Allies now quite far behind in VPs. And DevM still a good chunk of fuel away from his next tank. The Axis have had control of this fuel point for a long time now. Allies did have control of this one for a while, but the lack of fuel hurting. DevM going for a second anti-tank gun. As well as a fresh Dishka now. Dishka definitely necessary. Oh, wow. Don't know what what that was about. Couple, it's been such a strong game, but then a couple easy wipes in the last couple minutes. LMG combat engineers now. With a strike, this could be nasty. A lot of troops here with the bunker buster coming through as well. Oh, that is a devastating hammer blow. Pack try and dodge away, but the bunker buster scatters long and catches it on retreats as well. Jumps on the gun with the conscripts, but that's just too much machine gun fire there. Triple LMG Grenadiers and the Pintles. Ouch. Both anti-tank guns down. That was a nasty strike there from Farlion. I imagine enabled by the spotting scopes. And it was really well timed as well. Waited until the Werfer strike was in the air for the bunker buster barrage to start, since that one arrives a little bit faster. was that was really, really painful for baechi. Allies are doing well though, jumping on the VPs. Hanging on that department. We can see now around a 30 Popcat lead for Farlion. So Axis are ahead. The mortar flare up, that's allowing the Allies to have some sight. Here comes the Werfer strike on, DVM's double anti-tank guns. What is going on with this Werfer? This is one of the craziest Werfers I've ever seen. 30 kills. He's done like 3 barrages. Wow, that's like insane. The scatter on that Werfer, can't believe it. baechi managing to recruit the other anti-tank gun. So Allies hold on to them at least, but still a lot of manpower losses. Flak half track continues to be a nuisance, locking down the central sector. T-70 though, still a factor. 25 kills on that now. Interesting here. No machine gun upgrade. Okay, on the Panther. Gunfire on the Panzer IV though. Oh, Deeker on the Dishka. Ostheer gets in for 1 hit. Recon plane in the air again. This recon plane being a real nuisance for the Allies. Never got any anti-air to counter it. Maybe they would have. But those Werfer strikes just been taxing their manpower so much. It's been hard to fit into their composition. Here comes another Werfer strike going after the mortar. Oh, going after the Dishka. It's time to scatter. Closer to what you'd usually expect. And they're trying to come in on the T-70, but the H-35 in a nice position to defend. There's another bunker buster though. The conscripts behind the sandbags taking a walloping. And we got a second Panther here now, H-35. Just be careful, but the double anti-tank guns are there in a nice position. And Sherman does finally shoot that down. No Ura from DevM, thought he might charge in for the anti-tank grenades. Instead they're diving in on the central VP, but those Vet 4 now Jaeger just light them up. Good this barrage though. Oh, they're looking for the decrew and get it on the Raketen. Oh, Panthers from the side, T-70 gets away. That was a very close call. Good thing its target size is so small. Triple anti-tank guns now for baechi. Gonna have to be careful not to leave them all just stacked on top of each other. Fighter for that Werfer, which is ready to fire again with the recon plane up in the air. In these cases, better to target the one that's set up maybe than the one that's packed up. I'll dodge away with this one now. Tries to go for the packed up ones. A little bit of damage onto them, but nothing devastating. Good dodging and good awareness from baechi. This time the recon plane gets shot down even earlier. I suppose it's one advantage of those M4C Shermans, gives Soviets access to those pintle upgrades. Those occasional pieces of anti-air. Okay, here come the double Panthers, but the double anti-tank guns are set up right here. Triple anti-tank guns now, spinning around on the Panthers. Ooh, and that Panther takes a walloping. Still alive though, that's the advantage of those Panthers. Very durable. Another Panther coming in, looking for DevM's M4C back here, which is being blocked by the anti-tank guns at the moment. They do a lot of damage. Flare up. Su-85 crawling forwards, looking to get a bit more damage going. But maybe spotted coming by the spotting scopes. Maybe through the center from the infantry. Push again from borobadger's infantry. Double M4Cs though, putting a halt to that. Raketin doesn't quite get a shot through. And the T-70 coming in from the side. Oh, so is the Panther. T-70 though. Oh, huge mortar shell. Puts, takes a lot of the edge off. Just covering the fuel though. Allies have really struggled to hold on to that fuel. It's generally what you'd see a M4C going over to deal with, but it's being required in the center. Interesting reposition on that now as well. Oh, onto the bottom this time, not going after the team weapons, a bit of a fake out, and it looks like it worked too. Squad down. 40 kills already. Incredible. Buster on the Dishka. Decruise it. But the flares continuous from Baechi, providing a lot of sight. It shows how powerful that Soviet mortar is in these team game situations. Second Su-85 now from Baechi. Triple anti-tank guns as well. That is a crazy amount of anti-tank. Very close to another airborne assault though for the Axis, and that can somewhat nullify the Su-85s. For the kill on the Dishka. DevM coming in from the north with the double anti-tank guns, but not in time to save that. Launching out the smoke. Covering the machine gun. Potentially covering some anti-tank guns as well. Good shot from the Sherman. The Fallschirmjäger trying to go off the double Zis, switching their focus fire over to the conscripts. Recon plane up in the air from Farlion again. And Axis making a bit of a push. T-70 straight away in some trouble. The Su-85's holding their ground. Here come the triple anti-tank guns from the bottom. There goes the heroic T-70, and the double Panthers take a lot of damage. They do get away the Raketin, not so lucky. Decrude in the center. Su-85 advancing. Could take a double Panzerfaust here. Not Farlion out of munitions. Oh no, here it goes now. Only munitions for one. Kitten outright destroyed. Other Panther very low. DevM Vet 3 on that Sherman now. Very good rate of fire. Dishka continuing to hold the north. The M4Cs heading up there though. Panzer IV did just complete repairs. DevM not going to test his luck. Allies though holding on to the center, which is good for them because they're down to 91. Not many Volksgrenadiers left for Borobadger. Could cause issues. Lacking Panzerfausts. And this time, finally, the M4C finds an opportunity to come up and clear off this Dishka in the north. Opening up the cap on both the munitions and the fuel there. DevM has been very good so far about using the smoke screen on their Shermans, and might as well, he's got munitions to burn. Usually in 1v1 he'd spend that a lot on mines, but he's had trouble keeping the repairs up on his tanks this game. Oh, wow. Stuka joining in as well. They're worth it. It's been doing incredibly well this game. Just can't pick up that weapon. Building the combat engineers now, DevM. But yeah, so many times the Axis have got their Panthers down to maybe 1 or 2 shots from death, but haven't gone down. The Allies just haven't quite managed to finish the job on them. Panther in from the north. Katyusha now from baechi in the bottom. Not quite getting the Grenadier. Very close call. Oh, and WS-35's in an awkward position. We've got the triple anti-tank guns a little bit too far back. Going for the Panther kill. Panther bouncing one shot. Coming in for the repairs. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh my. I think there were 3 bounces there. So the Panther survives. And now the Axis is swarming in. They've got the airborne assault running again. Making a bit of a dive. Oh, the S-285 is just hammered. One Panzer IV goes down. The Panther over here. The Werfer strike. All the Zis survive for the moment. This Panther extremely low, one shot. Not punished though. The Allies lost sight. And that was a devastating push. Catching those double S-285 slightly out of position. And they capitalize on it to the maximum. And the bounces again. Heartbreaker for the Allies. Just can't quite finish off those Axis tanks. At the moment though, they do have the triple cap running at least. Got a lot of reinforcing doing. They do have a forward rally point here, which make use of the meat crates from that, can reinforce from that also. So it does allow them to hold a quite strong position in the center of the map and recover from that quickly. But that was just such a devastating push from the Axis. So many Allied tanks going down. Close range Katyusha barrage, nasty one. Grenadiers. Be careful not to retreat back through the danger zone. Interrupted though. Nearly finish off one of the Greens. But that's the Grenadiers with their received damage bonus really showing through there. That's why I'm generally not a big fan of trying to target Grenadiers with those Katyusha barrages. Okay, there we go. Black half track finally goes down. DevM making a slightly bold maneuver, pushing in that deep. Farlion has plenty of manpower in reserve, so losing a cache, not really a huge deal for the Axis. Diving in, oh, bounce on the Zis. Doesn't allow engine damage from the conscript's anti-tank grenades. And now he's going hunting. Walking Stuka going after the double Zis, I imagine. On the move, and they dodge away quite nicely. No Ura from DevM's conscripts though, so they don't manage to get the anti-tank grenade off. Just kicking in long range with the suppression. Got the double Zis there. Oh, but DevM walks into it accidentally with the conscripts as well. Second N4C up there though.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Very, very tight on the victory points. Oh, coming in, he's going for a crush, or maybe a shot on the wrong side of the sandbags, but engine damage now on that. Looks like borobadger not going to try dive in for the kill. Playing it safe. Again, the Grenadiers survive on a pixel to the close-range Katyusha barrage. In this case, though, I can understand baechi going for the Grenadiers. You know, there's not really that many team weapons to shoot at. For Farlion at least, or borobadger, so you've got to hit something. Whiff strike this time not terribly effective. And he's trying to go for a med kit, trying to heal on the front lines, but can't do that while you're getting shot at. Panthers find an opportunity on the Sherman though. Oh, but the triple anti-tank guns from the side. And this time they get the kill. It even got abandoned there briefly before that final shot popped off. Did not want to die. Finally, the triple anti-tank gun strike. They find their mark. I think it's partly because, you know, they've vetted up now, stopped getting decrewed by the Werfers, so now they've got that Vet 2 reload bonus. Really boosting up their DPS. Oh boy, Brumbeer getting caught on the flag. Oh no! Farlion in some big trouble. Luckily its armor is sturdy enough. Oh boy. DevM getting caught on the tree now with his Sherman. But again, it does survive. Panther taking engine damage. Katyusha arriving a little bit too late. Jumping back on his Zis. That reinforcement from 4 base really helping the allies at the moment maintain their control of the center. Baechi going for a T-34 this time instead of another Su-85. Interesting choice. Baechi is lacking a little bit in anti-infantry, so I suppose that does make some sense. And now only up against 1 Panther instead of 2. Means the T-34 is more likely to survive. This double Panthers can take it down very quickly. King Tiger out for Borobadger meanwhile. Interesting. Very, very, very tight on the VPs. You can see the Axis though do still have an army-sized lead. Farlion did have a huge manpower bank, remember, so even though he took quite a lot of losses, it wasn't really impacting him too much. Oh boy, Grenadiers go down in the center. Double LGs though in that squad now. Here comes the walking Stuka. Pretty good connection. DevM kind of running into it a bit more there. This is where the mortar flares really need to kick in up against the King Tiger. There we go, we've got one up in the air already. Ouch. Okay, recon plane shot down though. Trying to come in from the side, double Zis. Get some good damage done. Fallschirmjäger charging through, but we've got the double Shermans there as well as the guards. They're focused on the anti-tank guns though. Going back through the center, looking to finish off those decrewed Zis. DevM quick to jump back on top of them though. But the double Shermans there as well. They're highly vetted. A good rate of fire. So KT has to give up on that. A lot of repairs required now for Borobadger. Triple Shermans again from DevM. Hasn't given up on that, and he's got enough for yet another one. If he really wants. Anti-tank guns keeping these units at bay as well. Second Werfer for Farlion. Looks like its first barrage though was a complete miss. Baechi coming in to cap with the mortar. You don't see that too often. Firing off at flare. Shermans in the north getting to work. And it is indeed going to be a 4th Sherman from DevM. Oh, and the Werfer strike takes out the mortar. Oh boy, DevM may be overcommitting here. Oh, bit of pathfinding issues, getting caught on the flag, getting caught on his own tank. But the smoke doesn't save him. Sniper Panther from downtown. Oh no, and now this Sherman What was the pathing? DevM driving, turning around here in front of the enemy tanks. Huge miss micro from DevM. He's lost both of his anti-tank guns as well. Is that the Allies' undoing? A little bit too aggressive there. A slight pathfinding mistake on his tank. Or his tanks, I suppose. Deep Werfer strike. Double anti-tank guns do survive. They're hanging on. Got some air mines coming down from the bottom, I think, from Farlion, trying to jam the VP. DevM jumps back on top of one of his anti-tank guns. Backing away. He's on spearhead mode now. He's got that bonus sight. He uses that to snipe off the anti-tank gun. Oh, but it hangs on. So his allied anti-tank gun's hanging on by a thread. Onto the bread basket again. The clock is still stopped. Borobadger dropping the airborne assault into the center. I think this is mainly just to lock the Allies out so they can cap the VP. And getting to the dangerous end of this match. Either team could lose very easily. One small mistake.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
You can see the Axis army size just so much larger now. I don't know what happened to that T-34 for Baechi, but it's dead. Sparge trying to clear out the machine gun in the center. Axis capping in the north now as well. There's another Werfer strike, triple anti-tank guns maybe. Oh, they hang on by a thread again. That was a nasty Werfer strike though. Satchel out from the Pyos. They're in the smoke though, just jamming the capture for the moment. KT Panther combo coming down. Anti-tank gun getting decrewed. Panther wants to kill the Katyusha, but that gets behind the sight blocker. Anti-tank guns from the bottom angle. Panther one shot now, I think. He'll survive. It's just destroyed again. Decrewed again at least. Anti-tank guns. Bombardier. Sturdy armor on that though. It looks like the Allies don't have enough left in the tank here. Just too low on infantry now to cap. A few too many losses.
Down to our last 25 points.
60 kills on that Werfer now, that's crazy. That was this barrage looking to clear out the center. Baechi making a push there, but there's just no chance for the Allies at this stage. GG. We've been making one last play, but slightly too late. The triple cap draining them out too fast. Well, that was a crazy game. Very, very good. Going on the insane games list for sure. GG. Very, very good one. Yeah, I think it all came down to just that end sequence there. DevM losing 2 M4C Shermans up in the north. With some pathfinding issues, this tank getting caught on the VP flag, this one turning around in front of the King Tiger Panther combo. And there was just a little bit too much to come back from for the Allies. They were really hinging on DevM making like a 4 Sherman all in and getting some big damage done. And that wasn't on the table after that point. Still don't know how that Katyusha died out the back there. Had to be a Panzer IV dive. Daring stuff from Borobadger, but it did work out, and that really slowed down the Allies through that phase of the game. DevM losing the Katyusha at that stage. That could have been huge for them, and that kept the Axis in the lead. But yeah, some very, very good pushes from the Axis. You know, they made heavy use of that recon plane and airborne assault combined with some daring armored pushes. Sniped off some big units and generally came out ahead when they did those pushes. One thing the Allies didn't really have time to do this game is, you know, get their front lines as well established, chuck down a whole bunch of mines. Generally, their engineers were stuck repairing almost the entire game. Didn't have much time to plant those mines, and ultimately, that worked out quite nicely for those Axis armored pushes. But GG, yeah, what an absolute barn burner. Excellent game. Anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like good game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.